Hey everyone, I'm Krish. If you don't know me, I'm a mentor, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a role play. For this one, we're going to be doing the principles of marketing event. This is just a sample one. This is not what it's going to be like on the real thing, but this is to get you an idea of what a role play should be like. So, the most important thing is your appearance. I know we're not in person this year, but you still want to look sharp. I didn't wear a shirt underneath, but normally you're going to wear a button-up shirt if you're a guy, and then a blazer on top with a tie. So as you can see, I'm wearing my DECA blazer today. And yeah, you want to give a firm handshake. I know you can't do that, so maybe you want to do one of those to the camera so the judge kind of knows you're relaxed and not too stressed out. And then I'm just going to go through this and get started. All right, so this is the principles of marketing event. And basically, your judge is going to be judging you based on your performance indicators, and the rubric is down below, which you're going to see. And the main goal of this is to meet all these points because your judge may or may not be a business professional, but they are going to be judging you based on these things. So you got to meet all the criteria to get a good score. And so as long as you're meeting all those performance indicators, you're going to do well. So for this situation, I'm going to read this. This event will be presented to you through your reading of these instructions, including the performance indicators and the event situation. You will have up to 10 minutes to review information and determine how you will handle the role play situation and demonstrate the performance indicators of the event. During the preparation period, you may also take notes to use during the role play situation. You will have up to 10 minutes to role play your situation with the judge. And then this year it's going to be like an online recording. You will be evaluated on how well you meet the performance indicators, which are going to be here. You're going to turn in all your notes and your materials that you used after, which I don't think we're going to be doing this year. So the performance indicators for the principles of marketing event for this sample event are going to be: describe marketing functions and related activities, explain customer/client/business buying behavior, discuss actions employees can take to achieve the company's desired results, demonstrate connections between company actions and results, influencing consumer buying behavior, gaining market share, etc. So let's read the situation, and I got to start a 10-minute timer. So all right, so that started, and we're going to read this, and this is the preparation time. So I'm going to read it out loud because some of you might not want to read it. You are to assume the role of a candidate for an internship with the Milwaukee Bucks Group Sales Department. You've submitted your resume and have been invited for a personal interview with the human resource manager, who would be your judge. This interview will be used to measure your knowledge and understanding of a variety of aspects dealing with sales and marketing. The human resource manager wants to make sure you understand the basics as they relate to Milwaukee's group sales department before considering you for an internship position. This position requires basic understanding of sales, customer buying behaviors, advertising, etc. In the first part of the interview, you'll explain your understanding of marketing functions and how they relate to the position in group sales. Make sure you touch on the importance of the buying behaviors of consumers. For this example would be why they would want to buy tickets, as well as how you will be able to achieve the company's sales goals. Following your explanation, the human resource manager will ask you to respond to additional questions. The interview will take place in the human resource manager's office. The human resource manager will begin the interview by greeting you and asking to hear your explanation and your understanding of the marketing functions. After you've provided your explanation and have answered the human resource manager's questions, the human resource manager will conclude the interview by thanking you for your presentation. So, okay. So for this one, we're going to be, the first thing you should do is, you're probably going to have a sheet of paper, but since I want to show you guys what I'm doing, I'm going to be doing it in a Google Doc. So the key is to meet the performance indicators, which we can look at above, describe marketing functions and related activities, explain client, customer, business buying behavior, discuss actions employees can take to achieve the company's desired results, and demonstrate connections between. So the first thing is to describe marketing functions and related activities. So for this one, they want to see your understanding because you're just an intern. Some other role plays, you'll already have a job, but for this one, you're doing an interview. So I actually ran out of time on the program I'm using, so we have to continue from there. Let's continue the timer. So we got about 7 minutes left to discuss to prepare. And so the first performance indicator was to describe marketing functions and related activities. So you might not have to know the marketing functions, but since I do, I'm going to type out 7 functions of marketing, which I know to be product management, pricing, distribution, promotion, financing, marketing, information management, and selling. And so you want to explain the importance of all these. So I know they're pretty easy terms to define, and in this scenario, you're trying to sell more tickets. So your product would be tickets, and that is pretty close to pricing. So maybe you want to increase prices on marquee games. Like for example, if the Lakers play and LeBron James is playing, that's going to be a bigger game that you're going to want to increase the price on. Distribution would be how you're getting the tickets out. So that could be if you want to try like a different avenue for ticket releases, like maybe through people's phones or something like that. Promotion would be how you're advertising the tickets. So this could be like, if you're just giving tickets to season ticket holders and they're reselling, or if you're, advertising the tickets on your own, how are you advertising? So for the Bucks example, you'd be saying, like you'd want to use their key player, which would be Giannis. I don't know how to spell his last name. And then you want to talk about financing, which is another key piece. It's how you're managing the money that you get and reallocating it to increase sales revenue. So, you don't really need to put a ton there. Marketing information management. This is how you're using the information you get about your target market and manage it going forward. So let's say you have you're selling a lot of tickets to a certain neighborhood. You're going to want to, because they're already fans, you're going to want to move around and try to sell different areas. And that also ties in with selling closely. So this would be target market and maybe completing the sale. So about so customer buying behavior. Explain customer buying behavior. So for customer buying behavior is how the customer is what the customer is choosing to buy and how they plan to buy. So for this, you'd want to explain like what the customer values and how much they're willing to pay for it. So it's important to know like who's playing when, and so like for example, if the Lakers are playing and LeBron James are playing, a lot more fans in the Milwaukee area are likely to pay more for a ticket, so your prices should be higher. So that's the customer's buying behavior. Whereas if they're playing, I don't know, the Charlotte Hornets, who aren't very good, they're less likely to buy a ticket if it's more expensive. So that's understanding what the customer is willing to buy. Sorry about that. I ran out of time again. Can continue the timer. So the third performance indicator is going to be discuss actions employees can take to achieve the company's desired results. So if the company's desired results is to sell more tickets, we're going to need to advertise better. So for example, the social, I'm not going to type all this because we're on time restraint, but social media manager needs to get word out about big games, perhaps a contest. So for that, a social media manager of the Bucks Instagram, for example, can do something like a contest on their story where fans can post a picture of the game, and it will incentivize more people to come, or they can do another contest where like Jersey Day or something like that, and you submit a picture of you and your family and give away tickets, and that way you're increasing awareness about the games. And then once everyone wants to go, that leads into pricing. You're going to want to raise prices on bigger games and also raise prices when you're selling out. So sometimes the team is doing well, you're selling out games, so you want to increase prices all around. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're selling out tickets, that's a great way to always increase company sales goals. So for the last one, we're going to be talking about. Oh, let me start the timer. For the last one, we're going to be talking about demonstrate connections between company actions and results, influencing company consumer buying behavior, gaining market share, etc. So we talked a little bit about the consumer buying behavior because that's what they're choosing to buy and how they plan to buy it. So a way to influence that is we talked about earlier advertising, so that you're going to kind of have that covered if you talk about it in other points. And then finally would be gaining market share. So gaining market share would be just becoming for this situation would be the Bucks selling the most tickets in the NBA, and how much of that percentage, what percentage of the market do you own? So in order to do that, you got to have, you got to be selling out games. So you got to have a good team, which the Bucks do, and then you got to advertise well. So if you have a good team and you're not advertising well, that's cause and effect right there. But as we mentioned before, advertising through social media and increasing pricing can cause us, with the team's success, will cause us to sell out more games and sell at a higher rate. That way we're increasing market share. And the timer ran out, but that's normal. That's because I was talking for a long time. And normally you can figure this out pretty fast. Normally it takes like 5 to 7 minutes. You have 3 minutes to kind of prepare for what you're going to say to the judge, which I kind of talked about. That's why it took forever. All right. So you want to talk about. So if you have extra time, you can tear off a sheet of your paper and make a little business card. That's normally what I do. It's just a good way for the judge to know you're professional, and they have some way to contact you if they needed you. And yeah, that's about it for preparation. We're about to get into the actual interview.
Hi, my name is Krish Patel, and I'm going to be interviewing for the internship at the Milwaukee Bucks sales group. It's nice to meet you. So, an important part of this job is to understand marketing and sales tactics. So, a key part of this are the 7 functions of marketing. Those include product management, pricing, distribution, promotion, financing, marketing information management, and selling. So, as these pertain to our particular situation with the Milwaukee Bucks and selling tickets, product management would be the quality of the tickets and what we're offering in terms of packages. For example, a family night or a bobblehead package or a package in the suite. Those are just to improve the quality and get fans to keep coming back. Next would be pricing. So it's important to adjust prices based on team play and how we're selling games. So for example, if we're selling out games, we need to be upping the prices. But if the team's not doing well and we're not really selling a lot of tickets, we need to be lowering prices. Another one is distribution. So working on efficient ways to get tickets to fans. I know that shipping tickets might be outdated now. So, using smartphones and technology to have e-tickets is a great way for fans to be happy with their experience. Next would be promotion. So using social media and our star players, for example, we have back-to-back MVP Giannis, um, using them to help promote our brand and get fans to want to come and see, a generational talent like Giannis, and using social media to influence a younger generation to come and see the games is very important. Next would be financing. So once we're in the plus in terms of revenue, we got to understand how to refinance and reallocate money so that we can keep growing as a team and take greater control of our market share in the NBA. And then also marketing information management is how we can grow in different areas. So using information that we have learned about where we're selling tickets, we can grow to different neighborhoods. For example, if we're in an area where a lot of people are moving in from LA and want to watch the Lakers, we can move around and to different neighborhoods and maybe pull up a billboard in a different area and get them to want to come see Bucks games. And then last part is selling. So a key part of business in general is customer service, ensuring that our customers are happy with their experience, and then selling them at a reasonable price and expectations that we both have in common. In addition to the functions of marketing, it's also important to understand consumer buying behavior. So the consumer, our target market, is looking for entertainment, and we know that they're more likely at this point to focus on, when big teams come to play, or if we have a bobblehead night or something big like that. But the goal of understanding our consumer buying behavior is to influence their further decisions. So if we understand that they want to come to when LeBron comes and pay tickets for that game, we can then have like a bobblehead night or something where fans are really interactive with the stadium and the Bucks, and then they're going to want to come back for further games that maybe aren't as interesting, but they like the experience. So understanding their buying behavior and why they want to buy, we can plan for the future and make better season ticket holders. From the employee standpoint, we have to use social media and the brand of our players. As I mentioned before, Giannis is a generational superstar. We have to understand how important his influence is. Using platforms such as TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram, we can grow to the younger generation and exponentially. Understanding what the audience is looking for is key, and they want entertainment as well as they want to understand more about the players and their personal lives. So getting them on TikTok and growing that way is very important. In addition to that, organizing events where we can give away tickets, like a charity event where we can get Giannis or Chris Middleton to come and give away tickets is a great way to influence fans to keep coming to games. So if they're given a ticket and they're able to come and they see like a great game and they're really happy, they can come back for another game and pay full price for tickets. And by influencing their buying behavior, we can create permanent fans. Like, as I mentioned before, getting this influence is very important, and we can dominate the market share by not only with our team's success, but with our personal sales group success. If we're advertising, we're hitting all these points spot on, I know that we can do it. And it's very important to understand the features of marketing and sales and how much we can really grow using all these tactics. That is all I have. I do have a business card, and my notes, which I can hand you. If you have any questions, please let me know, and thank you and have a great day. So I left that video actually a little bit short. Normally you have 10 minutes, but I went about 5.5. That's just because I kind of had everything planned out. Normally want to leave a couple minutes for judges to ask questions so you can clarify anything they might have suspicions about, and get all the points possible, because if you keep talking the whole time, they're not going to have any time to go over anything they might have questions about. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you.